BTS's departure to Paris just caused absolute chaos at the airport. But one specific view instantly stole the spotlight. The interaction between Taehyung and Jungkook in the crowd was entirely distracting, perfectly accompanied by Jhope's presence. What really happened before they entered the gate? Welcome back to Taekook Diary. If you are looking for the latest dramatic and sweet updates on them, you are in the right place. Let's dive right into this viral airport moment. The atmosphere at Incheon Airport's departure terminal was incredibly chaotic today. The black vans carrying the BTS members slowly arrived, and the flashing camera lights and hysterical screams of ARMYs immediately echoed all around. Airport security was exceptionally tight today because their flight schedule to Paris had already leaked on social media since last night. Amidst the dense crowd, the sudden appearance of Taehyung, Jungkook, and Jhope instantly stole the public's attention. Taehyung looked absolutely stunning, wearing a long coat like a top model walking the runway. Beside him, Jungkook looked casual yet incredibly charming in his all-black outfit and face mask. Jhope completed this iconic trio with his bright and cheerful aura. However, from the very moment they stepped out of the car, Taehyung and Jungkook's gestures became the main focus. There was a sweet interaction between them that made netizens go crazy. Are you curious? Right after they stepped out of the car, netizens noticed how protective Taehyung was of Jungkook amidst the increasingly uncontrollable crowd. Reporters were pushing each other to get the best pictures, while ARMYs squeezed together wanting to see their idols up close. In this quite chaotic situation, the instinct of an older brother who always cares was immediately visible from Taehyung's attitude. He walked firmly beside Jungkook, his eyes occasionally sweeping the surroundings to ensure his youngest brother was safe from the pushing. There was one specific moment caught on camera where Taehyung slightly spread his arm, as if giving extra space so Jungkook wouldn't be bumped by the massive crowd. This sweet gesture instantly made the Twitter timeline explode with various reactions. Many fans were truly touched to see how Taehyung always ensures Jungkook's comfort in public places. But this is just the beginning, there is more, guys. Aside from Taehyung's protective behavior, netizens were also distracted by Jungkook's eyes, which looked incredibly sleepy. Understandably, their schedule lately has been very packed, and the long flight to Paris truly drains their energy. Jungkook was occasionally seen looking down while rubbing his eyes, as if trying hard to stay awake amidst the blinding camera flashes. Well, this is exactly where the chemistry of their beautiful friendship shines. Seeing his younger brother looking so exhausted, Taehyung quickly slowed down his steps to be perfectly parallel with Jungkook. Not only that, Jhope, who was walking near them, also turned backwards with a warm smile, making sure that the Magne was doing completely fine. The dynamic of these three members successfully melted ARMY's hearts. It feels like seeing a small family taking care of each other in the crowd. This pampered moment of Jungkook is exactly what became a huge hot topic. There is one more moment that successfully made the virtual world tremble greatly. When they were almost approaching the passport control area, Taehyung was seen moving his face closer to Jungkook's ear and whispering something. Of course, because their distance was quite far from the reporter's position, absolutely no one could hear what the secret whisper was actually about. However, the thing that made this specific moment so dramatic and viral was Jungkook's direct reaction after hearing that whisper. He suddenly lifted his head, his eyes that previously looked sleepy immediately widened, and a restrained smile appeared behind his mask. Jungkook seemed to give a small nod before lowering his head again to hide his blushing face. This whispering interaction in the middle of a busy crowd truly gave an intimate impression, just like a scene in a romantic drama. Fans immediately started to create conspiracy theories about Taehyung's words. Then what about Jhope, who was walking right behind them? Well, this is the part that is equally as adorable. As a Hyung who serves as the best observer for the members, Jhope certainly did not miss the whispering moment between Taehyung and Jungkook. Right after Jungkook looked down while smiling shyly, the camera managed to capture Jhope's expression, who also smiled so widely that his eyes narrowed into beautiful crescent moons. He was even seen shaking his head slowly, as if he was already used to the behavior of his two younger brothers who always stick to each other anytime and anywhere. Jhope's presence in this moment is like a breath of fresh air that further perfects the atmosphere. Many ARMYs commented that Jhope seemed to represent the feelings of all the viewers who were thrilled to see Taekook's interaction. He proves his position is not just a group member, but a supportive family. Guess what else will happen next in Paris, guys? Besides the adorable physical interactions, eagle-eyed netizens also managed to find interesting details from Taehyung and Jungkook's appearance at Incheon airport. If we look much more closely, there seems to be an element of intentionality in the choice of their clothing styles that complement each other. Despite carrying different color themes, where Taehyung is dominant with bright tones while Jungkook wears his reliable black style, there is one sensational similarity. Yep, they were both seen wearing matching bracelets circling sweetly on their respective wrists. This completely unexpected discovery immediately spread rapidly like wildfire among ARMYs. Many people argue that this is not a mere coincidence, but rather their subtle way of showing unity before flying to Paris. Small details like this often escape mainstream media, but it is impossible to escape the monitoring of true fans. Aren't you curious about the meaning behind it? Once they passed the inspection area, media cameras could no longer follow their steps. But don't worry, because there are always reports from several eyewitnesses inside the area who accidentally crossed paths with them. According to the narrative of an airline staff on duty, Taehyung and Jungkook were seen sitting together in the VIP lounge. Jhope was reportedly walking around for a moment to look at items in a nearby store. The staff shared that the atmosphere between the two of them was very relaxed and filled with loud laughter. Jungkook even had time to show something from his phone screen which made Taehyung laugh out loud. This casual interaction without the spotlight of hundreds of cameras actually shows their most natural closeness. This proves that what we see in public is not an engineering, but a genuine reflection of solid friendship. Doesn't a behind-the-scenes story like this sound sweeter and warm the hearts of all ARMYs? Their departure to Paris this time is not just an ordinary business trip. With the schedules already waiting for them there, this moment of togetherness at the airport seems to be a sweet warm-up for the next exciting contents. Taehyung and Jungkook always have a unique way of supporting each other, both on stage and in their everyday lives. Jhope's presence as a balancer also makes this group's dynamic even more solid and irreplaceable. Fans are now putting high hopes on their social media updates while they are in Paris later. Will there be photos of them hanging out together around the Eiffel Tower or just a sudden live broadcast of the two of them in the hotel room? We can only be patient and look forward to what surprises they have prepared for ARMYs. What is clear is that the strong brotherly bond between BTS members will always be the main reason why we will never get tired of supporting them. Stay tuned for more T-Diary updates soon. That's the complete review of today's dramatic departure. What are your thoughts on Taehyung's protectiveness and Jungkook's cute reactions? Drop your theories below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you won't miss any sensational updates from T-Diary. See you in the next video. Bye bye.